Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Please accept a humble obeisance.
Hare
Jai.
Krishna. Nice to see you all. Hope you're well. Well, we can see Vrindavani's ceiling. We can't see her lotus face. Hare Krishna. Okay. I'm going to leave it up to you to...
So, Gurudev, the plan is we'll start with short prayers. I'll just say a few words. We'll start with
Somebody's... Do you have two computers on in your house, Dhanana?
No.
We're hearing you twice, or somebody.
So, and then
I'm going to...
everyone will say their offerings. And then maybe the last few minutes, you can say something for us from both of Nectar.
Okay.
Okay, we'll start with the short prayers.
Okay.
Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Guruve Chitti Cheshtabhyam Mahatma Prabhave Sada Tat Prabhu Bhava Rupaya Kirtana Ladadaine Namastattva Prakashaya Bhaktanam Tat Parayascha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishvanebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Grim Yat Kripatam Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam. So once again, my humble obeisances to our beloved Gurudev and all of you who have joined in today for celebrating Gurudev's Vyasa-Puja. As per the Tithi this year, Gurudev's appearance day was 16th of May. We were fortunate to have celebrated this in Orlando. Many of you had joined online. This was after the Sadhu Sangha on 26th of May, I guess. And now we have this wonderful occasion to celebrate the Vyasa-Puja with the India Disciple Group. Thank you very much, Gurudev, for giving us this time. And thanks to everyone for having joined in for today's celebration. I'll just say a few words and then hand over to Satyarupa, who's the official host and MC for today's Vyasa-Puja celebrations. So as all of you would know,
wow.
Yeah, Satyarupa is the MC and the host. So Srila Vyas. Sureshwar Prabhu, I'm just putting you on mute. Okay. So as you all would know, Srila Vyasdev is the literally incarnation of Lord Krishna. He appeared as the son of Parashar Muni and Satyavati. For the ease of everyone, he divided the Vedas into branches, compiling the Rig Ved, Yajurved, Samved and Atharved that was followed by the Vedanta Sutras, the Mahabharata and the Puranas. But he was not satisfied with all this, and then he went on to write the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is considered to be the most complete and relishing literature. Srila Prabhupada, in one of his letters to Devananda in 1967, says that actually there is no difference between hearing directly from Krishna and hearing from the bona fide spiritual master like Vyasa. Therefore, according to the Vedic system, on the birthday of the spiritual master, the disciples conduct the ceremony called Vyasa-Puja. Right? That is what we are doing today, though it is not as complete and was it should be like what we did in Orlando. So this is more an abridged version, wherein we get an opportunity to glorify Guru Maharaj and also to reflect on how vital his guidance is for our spiritual progress. I'll start off by reciting one of the verses which is very dear to Guru Maharaj. This is from the Svetashvatara Upanishad. Yasya deve parabhaktir yatha deve tatha gurau tasyayate kahita hi artha prakashante mahatmanaha. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of the Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. And this is, I think, Guru Maharaj has said this in many of his lectures and also guided us to keep reading it, memorizing it. Right. So yesterday was Nirjala Ekadashi, and on yesterday I was reading from this book Amrita Vani, which is by His Divine Grace Saraswati Thakur, Bhakti Saraswati Siddhanta Thakur. And there is a wonderful chapter on this, which is titled The Spiritual Master. I think in one of the retreats in Mayapur 5 or 6 years back, Guru Maharaj had referred this book, some different chapters for some of the sessions. I'll just read a paragraph and 2 verses. The first step in attaining perfection is to take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. By Lord's will, everyone receives a spiritual master according to his own qualifications. According to their luck, materialists remain attached to material life by accepting family priests as their spiritual masters. But if we are fortunate and search sincerely for a bona fide spiritual master, and if we humbly pray to the Lord to attain the mercy of such a guru, then by the Lord's mercy, we will certainly receive a bona fide guru in this lifetime. Then, by taking shelter at his lotus feet, our life will become successful. Then it further goes on to a verse from Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagwan Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. Out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna. By the mercy of both Krishna and the spiritual master, such a person receives the seed of the creeper of devotional service. And the last one, which I will just recite. Guru Krishna Rupa Hona Sastrera Pramane Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Karena Bhakta Gane. According to the deliberate opinion of all revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is non-different from Krishna. Lord Krishna, in the form of the spiritual master, delivers his devotees. So today let us feel that Lord Krishna, Srila Prabhupada have been very merciful. Our Guru Maharaj has been very kind and merciful to accept us as his disciples. And let us glorify him and also realize the importance of his instructions, his presence in our spiritual well-being. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Satyarupa Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I'm not a good host, so I'll just say whoever wants to speak first, or if they want to offer something to Gurudev, you can raise your hand and we'll start there. You can all keep raising your hands and help me if I don't see someone. Okay, Karina.
Karuna.
Hare Krishna Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances on your lotus feet, Jai Srila Prabhupada. And I know you don't like when we write things and it needs to come more from the heart. So I was thinking about what I should say. And this time I was I thought I should just say thank you, verbal notes. So firstly, I just want to say thank you for not just being a spiritual master, a spiritual guide, but also my therapist. And I think that's really helped. And thank you so much for just showing us that it's so important to be humble and compassionate and being a perfect example of that. Thank you so much for bringing us closer each and every day to Srila Prabhupada and making us understand his mood. It's like you're making us feel that he's right here within right us. And it feels like we are back in time with him, the way you make us understand his mood and bringing us closer to Prabhupada. Thank you so much for making us understand that um, how compassionate you are, how forgiving you are, and just spreading that and making us feel so infectious, this compassion and forgiveness. Thank you so much for being such a strong soldier of Srila Prabhupada's army and recruiting me, even though I don't feel worthy of being in this army, and just fighting each and every day. Thank you so much for um, showing up every day, for your workshops and how you conduct everything, and just your 24/7 in the service and the way you do it. So I just want to thank you so much for being so resilient in that. And thank you so much for just being the real deal. And I just feel so fortunate to have you as a spiritual master, and I couldn't have asked more. Also, I have Nico here, and she wanted to say some prayers for you.
Oh, okay.
You want to say some prayers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kanchana Gaurangi,
Kanchana.
Radhi Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhanusute Devi, Pranamami Aditi, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadara, Shri Asari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Right.
Thank you. Beautiful.
And she had prepared some flowers for you today,
Oh, wow.
and cards as well. These are some bhakti drawings that she had made.
Oh, wow. I'm going to hold on a second. I'm going to pin it so I can see it. Okay.
Although they are just like basically doodles, but
Nice. Very esoteric.
and Gurudev, I had prepared a little offering for you. It's not much, but just
Now you're all torture me with what you cooked that I only can eat with my eyes.
I have some vegetable soup here and some jackfruit croquettes and
Wow.
some raw papaya salad here.
Wow.
This is
Raw papaya salad. Wow. Thank you. Next time you make papaya salad for me, you can throw in the papaya seeds as well.
perfect. I'll remember that.
Yeah, I eat papaya seeds. They're good for you. Yeah. We dry them out and we grind them and so put it on everything we eat. Very healthy. You can try it.
Hare Krishna.
Very good. Thank you. Who wants to go next? Okay, Shan.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
I was just thinking, I think Karuna said everything, so we could probably just stop now, right? You all have nothing to say because she kind of covered. covered it, right? All right. Anyway, if you want to stay longer, we can. Okay.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All grace to you, all grace to Srila Prabhupada. Happy virtual Vyasa-Puja celebrations to everyone and to our beloved Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, I would like to beg forgiveness first. I thought I'll celebrate your Vyasa-Puja in a grand way at my place with Gaur Nitai. But Krishna had other desires. I'm in hospital with my grandmother. She is in ICU.
Oh.
And my mother is in different hospital. She's admitted with some severe cough infection, and my grandmother is fighting with death at this point.
Wow.
But then, as an offering, I can offer my dedication towards you. I can offer my soul. I can offer whatever I have at your lotus feet. Because I realized over time, we are very conditioned and our free will is the reason for our sufferings. But when we trust our Guru Maharaj, when we trust our spiritual master, all the inauspiciousness becomes auspicious. So I seek blessings at your lotus feet and determination to work for you and for Srila Prabhupada and for the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I'll prepare an offering maybe next time and then offer it to you via a good video note. And
You're going to make a, next year I'll be 76, so you can make 76 layer cake.
Of course. Not next year, maybe next month or maybe in a few weeks if everything's good, and I'll make something. 100% I'll share a video note with you.
Thank you.
Please shower your blessings. I seek your blessings. Hare Krishna.
Whatever I have, you have. Of course. The real blessing is the instruction. I mean, of course, if I become a lover of Krishna, that would be a blessing to everybody. But at least I can tell you how to love Krishna. And that's the blessing I can give. And maybe exemplify something Prabhupada wanted all of us to do. That I can give. But I always give, so you're always blessed.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Here is my grandmother, who can give her your mercy. She's on God. Yeah, just here with her from last 3 days. Yeah. Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
All I can say is do everything you can to stay out of the hospital. It's not fun. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Well, you're taking care of her, so she's blessed. Hare Krishna. Govinda.
Who wants to go next?
I think Sadhyarupa should go next. She wanted to be the MC, so she didn't have to make an offering. Everyone else would make it, and she'd go, well, it's too late. We have to go now. Right? Is that the plan? Yeah. Okay, I think you should make an offering. You know, Prabhupada said that if someone asks you to give class, you should always be ready. It's not like, well, I didn't study the verse. You should always be ready to give. Okay.
Somehow my intuition was telling me I may be asked to speak this time.
Yeah. You've been asked right now. That gives the others time to get ready.
Well, when we celebrate here in Mayapur, then I realize this every time when other devotees are speaking about you, how you help them. I realize how sheltered I have been with you because kind of like I'm in a different ISKCON than so many devotees have been like abused or just misguided or like fanaticism and this and that, but you've always sheltered me, and I'm like, what universe are you talking about? Because I'm in a different one.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like that. I feel the same way.
Yeah, I feel fortunate that right from the beginning you knew what things could go wrong, so you were guiding me right from the beginning that don't go here.
Yeah. Yes. Not that
Thank
I'm
you.
smart. I've taken the road before, so I know where all the potholes are. So I can tell you.
Yeah.
But that's nice for me to hear that. Thank you.
Mine was short.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
Maybe Vrindavani Mataji, if you want to speak something. Maybe she's not here. Gurinishta Mataji, Murli Vilas, anyone?
I can
Hare
go
Krishna.
next.
Oh, you not just turned off his mic. Oh, no. Okay. You want to go, or is that why you turned off your mic?
Maharaj, I can go. I turned it off. I turned it on by mistake.
All right. Gurinishta, you can go next.
Maharaj, please accept our humble obeisances. And this year I'm reminded of so many things. Especially I'm reminded of one thing. In 2012, you had taken one Japa workshop in Kolkata. And many devotees were asking you that we cannot chant nice rounds, we cannot chant nice rounds. And then you asked one question to them. You said, do you want to chant nice rounds? And then they said, no, we haven't thought about this. So this year, Maharaj, whenever I was distributing Japa affirmations, I was telling a lot of devotees this thing. And somehow this thing has been such a big force for them that this year I am getting so many reviews from people that this one thought has changed their chanting. And I'm very happy that we could be an instrument of it. And now that the Japa affirmations 2 has come, we are even more excited to distribute it. And Maharaj, I'm remembering how in this last 1 year, because now we have been missing you for 1.5 years, seeing you personally. And in this 1 year, although you were bad in health, and still you were asking about us and how on your own you extended the help, and we had a talk, and so extensively you explained us everything. So these two aspects of spiritual life, chanting and grihastha ashram, I owe the credit to these things to you completely, and I'm very, very thankful.
Ayodhanath, I only performed marriage ceremony for 2 couples in my life, and that was in the 80s, and both of them are still married, so I'm afraid to perform anymore because I'm batting 100% right now. But I will bless you. You'll be in that same category.
Thank you,
You
Maharaj.
stay in that same category.
Hare Krishna, may I also say?
Of course.
Somehow it's the second Vyasa-Puja, first which I'm attending, and the second Vyasa-Puja I'm just crying. I don't know why, but no, I know why. Because Satyarupa was just saying how she's feeling that she's being sheltered by you for so many years, and that she has seen devotees from like some other universes where some abuse happens or fanaticism or whatever. So I am from that universe. And
wow.
And when I met you, my universe started changing. So all I hope now is that I can follow you and get your association more and more, so I can get healed from that, and I can have this, healthy experience with a senior devotee. with an experienced devotee who is guiding you in a healthy way, who is being kind to you. And whatever I have experienced so far, it just opens my heart, makes it softer, and also opens my heart towards Krishna as well. So I'm very grateful to you, and I just hear so many good things about you from Ayodhyanath. All the time he's talking about you, how you've been guiding him.
Ayodhyanath's crazy. We know that.
Yeah, but
he's very advanced. He sees the good in.
No, but when we hear about devotees or about Krishna from other devotees, that's how we also fall in love with them. So that's what happens with me. I don't know you personally so well as other devotees who will be speaking now, but somehow some place is there for you in my heart already. So I just hope I can serve you in the future and can be somehow useful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare
I'm glad I can
Krishna.
serve you. Glad I can serve. Is that Vrindavani?
Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj.
Vrindavani, you look like Sham Sundar. You're all black.
Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances.
Okay, if you want
Thank
me
you
to.
so much for everything. I'm living because of you.
Yes.
I'm Krishna conscious because of you. Your teachings are helping me out. They're superb. And I pass it on to everyone here.
Oh.
Yes, my Guru Maharaj, greatest.
Everyone
so
thinks
nice
their
to see
father's
you
the
back.
greatest.
It's so nice to see you back.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm back in action.
Yes, yes.
And dangerous also.
Thank you so
Watch
much
out,
for
Maya.
that.
I'm coming. I'm coming, Maya. Watch out. I'm dangerous. Renewed energy.
Yeah.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Guru Maharaj. Thank you for everything.
Hare Krishna. So, Guru Nishna is next.
Pranam Guru Maharaj. I don't know what to say. I'm short of words as always. But Karuna said it. You are the real deal. And I think that says everything. I still remember the day you found me on Krishna.com. My son was 6 months old. And I was sitting and just browsing while he was sleeping. I said, okay. And there you were. And I had my feet on the table. I was just relaxing. And I remember I sat up like a lightning bolt came. And
really?
And then that was the starting. And after that, I remember I kept on writing to you because you used to give your email ID if someone had any questions. And I did not realize I wrote to you so many times in the day that when the class started, you said that, oh, we haven't seen you in a couple of hours. That day, that's when I realized that every 1 or 2 hours, I would see your reply and I'll reply back to you, and you helped me through so many of my issues, everything. It's been a long journey for me, and thank you so much for that.
We had fun.
Today,
We had fun blasting your impersonalism.
yes, I was all set and I was totally convinced. And I remember I could not read the Bhagavad Gita. I could never even finish the preface for years.
Wow.
Yes. And then you asked me when we were driving back from Tobacco Temple, that what do I understand from it? And I said, the only thing I understand is that Krishna says surrender. And then you said, then it's fine. And then it got to me that I should read it. I should. So after that, I have been trying to rise up from the third class disciple to second, but I keep on falling down and you keep pulling me up. Your instructions are always with me and I try my best to follow them, and I'm trying to teach them to my son. Today, someone close to me passed away, and it did not shake me as much as it would have, because all that I could think of was soul's transmigration. I don't know why that's the only thing that comes to my mind, but I can deal with those situations better because of you and Benny. I see the past me, how I would deal with these situations and how I do. I remember when the way I dealt with the grief of my mom passing for 16 years, and it took you 2 minutes to get me out of it, out of the trauma.
Hare Krishna.
So
Wow.
in Bombay, I remember. So I don't have much words, but thank you, Guru Maharaj. That doesn't cut it, but someday I'll rise from the third class to the second class at least.
Yeah, at least. Thank you.
Murari Mohini Mataji wanted to speak. She cannot raise her hand.
Okay. Murari. Isn't there a song about you? Murari, Mohini. Hit that little mic on your phone. Maybe I can unmute you. I'm going to ask you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I was very sad that I missed your Vyasa-Puja when I was visiting America, and it was a difficult time there. I offer you my most grateful and respectful obeisances. I want to share that it's now I feel like the whole illusion is disappearing from my life. Like I used to feel very optimistic about this, particularly this planet. And now I can see really the only hope is the Holy Name. And I'm so grateful for you for giving me that, Guru Maharaj, because I realize everything can fail, every plan can fail. Everything is just temporary. It's so temporary, and doesn't matter how much we give and how much effort we put. It's just like a drop of water in the universe. But I'm very grateful that because of you, Guru Maharaj, and your very inspiring life and lifestyle and example that you're giving to us, only because of that, I'm able to feel happy every day. Besides that, there is so many challenges and so many obstacles and so much suffering in this material world. I'm really holding deeply on my attachment to the Holy Name, and every day that's my best blessing, Guru Maharaj. And thank you for that, because you are able to give that, and that's your blessing from all of us. Thank you.
Jai Prabhupada.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Nami Kevala.
Jai.
Yamuna wanted to go next.
Okay.
Yes, Yamuna.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to you. Um, I struggled to speak. I was not even going to join, but very kindly, as ever, Gurunishta Mataji messaged me, "Where are you? Just come off the camera and you can still join." And
Gurnista is Jamuna's original adopted mother.
yes, that she is. I call her
Gurnista,
Ma.
as Gurnista would write me every 3 hours, she was getting the karma for that with Jamuna calling her every 5 minutes. Hare Krishna.
And it's been, I was reflecting after she called, which has only been 10 minutes, what my journey has been. And it feels like a very short and a long one with you. But I remember the very first time when you and I spoke from Gurunishta Mataji's Mumbai home. It was Vrindavani Mataji's Brahmin initiation day. And I recollect you spent at least 45 minutes on the phone with me without asking me, "Yamuna, will you please let me go now?" And I I don't have the words to describe it, but that one call changed my heart more than anything else.
Wow.
And you have continued to accept me, chastise me, transform me into who Prabhupada would have liked to see his granddaughter as. And I asked you this question once that I keep wondering, what would Srila Prabhupada want us to do? How would Srila Prabhupada want us to be? And you said, just try to be a good disciple, and that would be one of the answers. That would be one of the ways Prabhupada would be happy. And then I asked you how to be a good disciple. And you said, by not being a bad disciple. And then I asked you how to not be a bad disciple, and you said, just keep the mood and just keep the niceness and be kind in your heart and be a good human being first. And it's been 10 years, and I think and I feel very deeply, and my mother is a testament to this, the person who I was most incompatible with. And the person you freaked out by telling her maybe her daughter is like Mirabai and will not get married in the first meeting, that all the good that has transformed in me, the little that has, it's because of you. And I don't have enough words or ways to express that. But anything that I do, anything I do feel, and anything that there is that I feel I can offer to people when they appreciate, I don't even feel I can accept that appreciation because I feel it's rather directed to you and not me. I would be a drug addict if it was left to me, but you rather turned me into somebody who seems to be a good person, who seems to be somebody with some talent, and I am not any of those things inside. What I feel is just I am this difficult disciple who you have had to deal with. And you keep dealing with her and you keep accepting her with love and care. And I am so grateful for that love and care and the chastisement, even though in my younger years in age, I used to go and be like, why is Guru Maharaj scolding me today? And today I am so glad that you scolded me because I never want to come to a stage where you feel you don't want to scold me. It's my good fortune that you scold me, and it's my good fortune that you care for me enough to chastise me when the time comes. So I am very, very, very grateful that you found me, that you took that flight, you missed your wedding anniversary with Janma Mataji. I am so grateful to Janma Mataji for allowing you to come to meet me for the first time and for inspiring me to do DT worship, for inspiring me to think that I should want to be a good disciple so that I can be a better representation of you to the rest of the world when I go out. I may have my flaws, but I can try to be more and more like a disciple that you would like for me to be. And I hope I spend the rest of my life trying to do that.
Thank you, Jamuna.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
And how many names have I given you?
We are at 78. Almost 108, then we can publish Yamuna Sahasranama that you and Prayag came up with.
all the names are describing your leelas, right? Aren't they?
They're all the names also describing the, I wouldn't say bad qualities, because you once taught me there are no bad qualities. There are qualities from lower consciousness that should go to higher consciousness. So they are also the names that define the instruction that you gave me.
Can you give us some names and instructions so we remember a few?
Yeah, one name is Samadevi, which you gave to me to stay balanced on one platform, to stand on my own 2 feet. One name that is up for grabs if somebody wants to be Gurudev's assistant or my assistant is Assistant Incarnation, Miss Assistant Incarnation. And I want to share your and my favorite one, but I feel very embarrassed here. That was the first name you gave me. And I know Guru Nishamataji probably wants to scream it, but I don't want to share that. So, yeah, Samadevi is the one I am focusing on this year, to be balanced and to try and stand on my own 2 feet, to not be the space cadet, but to be your Arjuna like you want me to be.
That sounds good. You have 78 names. Well, you have some of the names that are bad you can to destroy, and then the others you live up to. Yeah, you've got enough to do for the rest of your life.
Yes, and I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before Ratikeli goes to sleep, we have to let her speak.
Oh, okay. It's late, huh? What time is it there in India?
It's almost 8, 10 to 8. Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada, I'm so happy to see you. It's been a long time.
Yeah, but the problem is when I see you, then I start feeling separation from Mayapur, and then I become miserable and want to
But you're
drown in
coming
the
soon,
Ganga.
right?
We're going to come the latest February, but my daughter's coming in August, and if she's applying for her master's, program, and if she doesn't get into it in the winter, she might want to stay there. And if she stays there, I think my wife would be inclined to go earlier. Plus, we also want to do the self-care for teens in India.
Wow.
Which would be an impetus to come like November or something and just stay. So I'm always looking for an excuse to go there. Yes. This might be one. I have not planned anything for November yet. So that's open. It's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Pray to Radha Madhava that I just appear.
I will. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, I just thought today that the first time I met you, it was like we just left the community, and then I really didn't know if I want to be a devotee because the example I got wasn't so, I couldn't relate to. And then I met you, and we went to a japa walk in the forest, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And then you asked me if I want to be a pure devotee, and I was like, I didn't know it's possible for me. And we talked a lot, and it took me a while, few years, but then I realized that this is what I was looking for, someone that I can be like him, and because all the time I was sitting in the Bhagavatam class and I wasn't feeling that it has any connection to my daily life, my reality. And then I found you, and I learned so much, and I went a long way until today with my relationship with myself, with my husband, with my daughter, with people, and everything is thanks to you. I learned so much, and usually I cook something for you, but today was crazy day, so I just can offer you my heart. It's not a big deal, but it's not so pure. It's a little bit dirty, but this is what I have. So please accept it, and I promise to, improve myself.
Thank you. Beautiful. Hare Krishna.
Oh, and Amala just made something for you. She wanted to give you, to show you. It's a butterfly.
Nice. You're an artist. I didn't know that.
She is. Yeah.
Can you lift it up higher? Wow. Amala, I couldn't draw that well as you.
Thank you, Gurudev. I'm so looking forward to meeting you again.
Yeah, me too. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Murli Vilas wanted to speak, and then next Manjari Mataji.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Am I audible?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay. All, please accept my humble obeisances, Maharaj. And I was, this year, it's very great for me, especially because of you, I got initiated by Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Both the time when I wanted to take shelter of his, and also when I was looking for getting initiated. It's because of you that I got initiated this year.
Mm.
And also I wanted to share, and one incident was that, when I took shelter from him, and I told his secretary that, I am serving you. I mean, I am trying to distribute your books in Mayapur along with Ayodhyanath, and we are doing this service for you. So he got he was appreciating a lot, and he said, so who are you aspiring for? So I said, Jayapataka Maharaj. So he said, then why don't you take shelter? Come tomorrow. You take shelter.
Wow.
I said, but will Maharaj give me shelter? He said, of course, you are serving his god brother. He loves when you serve his god brothers.
Wow.
Please
That's
come
beautiful.
tomorrow. Okay, I'll give you shelter. And I was so shocked. So thank you so much, Maharaj. That was an amazing thing. And two more instances I wanted to share that, when you had come to Pune, and I thought of making my parents meet you, because they wanted to meet you themselves, because they had never seen a person who had seen Prabhupada.
Oh.
And they had already started appreciating Prabhupada a lot. They were watching his serials, his audios and everything. So they said, when is Mahatma Prabhu coming? We want to meet him. And I said, okay, let's go and meet. And coincidentally, it was his birthday that day. And before meeting you, I had told my father, he's above 60. So I had told him, it's okay if you don't pay full dandavats. You can just pay the Panchang Pranam. And the moment we went in the room to meet you, I was shocked. My father paid full dandavats to you.
Hare Krishna.
And when after coming outside, I asked him what happened. He said, the aura around him is so much. I just felt like paying my obeisances to him. So, I remembered the quote, that one of your quotes, in which you had said that we should try to become a pure devotee. And once we become a pure devotee, people will automatically, start following Krishna consciousness. That is the best kind of preaching. And that day I made a resolve that I want to have the embodiment of qualities that Srila Prabhupada has, that you have as a Grihastha. And since that day, every day I pray to Prabhupada and everyone, to the deities, that please let me be the embodiment of all the qualities of my Shiksha Guru, of my Diksha Guru, and Srila Prabhupada. That's one of the greatest things that I have learned from you. And for many years before meeting you, I had been hearing from Ayodhyanath all your glories. But the last year when you had come to Rasa retreat, and the one night before the Govardhan Parikrama, you were having so much of back pain and you were just going to go to rest after the class. But even after that, you gave me a lot of time to hear out my questions and answer me. And Hari Bhakti Prabhu was trying to massage you. After coming out, he told me that next time don't do this. Let Maharaj have rest. He's like a kind mother to you. And and I was so amazed that how you were able to give me so much of time, even when you were going through that pain. And it inspired me that going out of our way to help devotees, that should be our goal, that we should have that resolve. And even after going through that pain and sleeping late at night, the next day you were ready to go on the Govardhan Parikrama at 5 a.m. even when many people were not there. And that gave me a lot of inspiration, Maharaj. So thank you so much for all your blessings and care and so much of personal attention, which I crave from my Guru Maharaj. But you have been able to do that. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Jai Prabhupada. Thank you.
Manjari Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Accept my humble obeisances. I wish you a very happy appearance day. And there will be unlimited words to explain your glories, but I just speak few. You are so compassionate to all of us like a father and children relation. You love us like that, and you inspire even us for physically fitted, because this is my personal experience in US. When we had a japa walk together, then you wanted to go, even you were not up to the mark on physical status that time, even then you wanted to go third round, and I was not able to go and I sat down. Guru Maharaj, so you inspires us to keep our body also fit with the soul, because this is the home of the soul given by Krishna. So, and your songs are so melodious, your books and workshops are so inspiring and touches my heart always. In your japa affirmations, I found one line which touched my heart so much, that act like everything depends on you, but pray like everything depends on Krishna. So this is very inspiring line which you wrote, and your daily quotes always help us to be practical in devotional service. So my prayers to the Lord for your healthy and long life, so that you can uplift so many fallen souls like us. Thank you so much, Gurudev. Thank you so much.
Hare.
I have
Hare.
offering few flowers and the fruits.
Okay.
Your favorite,
Oh yeah, lychees.
lychees,
Wow.
mangoes, and cherries. So please
Wow.
accept this, Guru Maharaj.
Wow. So freeze those lychees, and then when I come to your house, you can take them out of the freezer. They do that, they do that in Mauritius.
That is our maha for tonight. We will not wait till you come.
Oh, all right. Get some more and freeze them.
We'll give you fresh. We'll offer you fresh ones at that time.
What's the season for lychees?
This is the season for
Pune?
lychee.
It only lasts like a month, right?
End of summer, yeah, around 2 months.
Oh,
First
okay.
mangoes and then lychees.
In Mauritius, they have lychees 1 month, the sweet ones. Then they have those other kind of lychees. They're kind of like cucumbers. For 1 month, that's it. Okay. Lychee separation is settling in now.
Good job.
Abhishek wanted to speak also, and then Nariti.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to you, Guru Maharaj. I just wanted to be grateful that you gave a lot of the teachings and everything that you taught. And even though in the beginning I could appreciate them and understand them, but by applying them, I can just see that how useful they are and how to practice them in daily life. And I'm trying my best, and I think that that's the best I can do to serve, is try my best and to accept the teachings and accept the instructions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abhishek. I'm looking forward, Abhishek, looking forward to you becoming a pure devotee. How about you? You also looking forward?
I don't know about pure devotee, but I'll try my best to do it.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Well, let's say looking forward to you becoming more advanced. We'll leave that open-ended. Okay, thank you.
Nariti.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. Guru Maharaj, I just want to say thank you so much for being my North Star. Your instructions, your classes, they just guide me. Like, there's so many times I'm so confused about different things, and I just open YouTube and one of your class just comes up, and that has the answer to what I'm looking for. Sometimes it's a short video, sometimes it's a longer class, and I just feel so grateful. So thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you for being my North Star, and I hope to always please you and be the way you'd like me to be.
Thank you.
Abhinav.
Just keep smiling already. When everything's get bad, just smile, and they'll get better. Think of Lord Jagannath and smile, because he's always smiling. Hare Krishna. Okay. Sorry to interrupt you. Who's next?
Abhinav.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, though the year it's hard for me. I faced lots of struggles, but one quality which I think by Krishna's mercy, by your mercy, which I have inculcated, I've started to inculcate, become more mature, is in the quality of compassion. I could see that, like, in the past 1 year, I've grown a lot. Like, as you said, hospital is not a good place. As a doctor, I could say it's not a good place. No one wants to stay there. Even we. I also want to go home as soon as my shift gets over. But one thing which I've seen, like, by seeing the compassion, like by seeing the pain, by seeing the suffering, Krishna is stirring so much compassion that I started to pray to many people. Like, if I don't count, like it might be 200 or 300 patients I've prayed, and Krishna has given every single time that I be there when they're leaving the body. Amazing.
Wow.
I was hearing lately one step of Prabhupada on compassion, like Kusha Devi Mataji. She was saying that she had a crush in her youth, and she used to pray for that person, and he became a drug addict, and that's another story. But she shared that by the end of his life, when he is leaving his body, by Krishna's arrangement, by Prabhupada's arrangement, he was hearing Prabhupada's chanting 24/7 for last 4 days. He was hearing devotees praying. And I could think, okay, I prayed for 300 people. That's like Prabhupada will take care, whatever it is. So that's the small service I could do. And thank you so much, because personally I wouldn't have done that if not your mercy. So yeah, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Anybody else wants to speak?
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare Bhakti Prabhu.
Oh, there he is.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to you. Guru Maharaj, like right now I'm not doing well. So I think the common point is the kind of love you give to everyone, and to everyone who comes to you, irrespective of from where he is coming or where he or she is coming. That is amazing. And this year after your surgery, and we were discussing a few days back, like you need to tell us more about your realizations after surgery. So there are many things that you realized, and but we were discussing, but there are some missing pieces for us. So probably whenever you come to India next time, probably you can have some. Yes. So yes, very much. And yeah, it was a little challenging time when you had this surgery, and but we are happy, like we're happy and seeing you, like you recovered most of it, like in just 6 months. That is very inspiring for everyone. And yes, thank you very much for taking me in your fold, and I'm a mercy case for sure. I'm not qualified to be a disciple. So yes, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
My realization, Hari Bhakti, was Krishna is very merciful. And that if you want high realizations, you have to pay a high price. And I was forced to pay a high price, so then Krishna gave me high realization. I didn't, it's like you have to pay a fine. You didn't go to the store to give a few $100s. You have to pay it. So Krishna made me pay a price, but he rewarded. And one thing that I've said often is that never in my life, even before I was a devotee, did I ever blame God for anything. So even though I was in that situation, this thought never came that Krishna, you're abandoning me, or any of that. I was saying, wow, Krishna, you've given me so many realizations. Thank you. And as far as the body's concerned, well, that's what happens to a body sometimes, It's a vehicle. Sometimes it breaks down, even though you take care of it. And that's to be expected to some degree. But also I was appreciating that pretty much I avoided doctors. Like 99% of the time I've been a devotee. So one little run-in is not such a big thing. And yeah, that's a big realization, always. If there's suffering, if there's difficulty, it's just a price we have to pay for realization. But sometimes we try to run away from Krishna and we don't get the realization. We're suffering, we run away from Krishna, we run into Maya, then there's more suffering. So we always run for the shelter. And it's always there. Sometimes it doesn't look like it, but it's there. Yeah. And Krishna wants to fulfill all our desires, but we have to be qualified for it. So if you ever doubt that Krishna is why he's not fulfilling your desire, it's because he doesn't think you're qualified. So it's not his fault. So that's, I think, important. Anyway, we could have classes, I guess, on hospital realizations. I get as many realizations in the dentist chair also, because that's when I lament that I took a material body, because it's so painful. Anyway, we joke we're going to write a book called Dentist Chair Realizations. Yeah. If you're not having realizations, go to the dentist. You'll get some. Okay. Thank you, Hari Bhakti.
Ayodhanath Prabhu's hand is raised.
Okay.
Maharaj, previously I was not prepared. So I wanted to express one more thing.
Okay.
That before meeting you the first time, I had asked Gaurang Prabhu one thing, that how does it feel when someone knows Krishna and when they are chanting, how does it feel? I want to know that, and I want to experience that. So he had told me that, he said, I cannot answer this question. But he said, you ask this question to Mahatma Prabhu. And he had told me that that time, coincidentally, he had invited you to Govardhan Eco Village.
Yeah.
Japa workshop. And he told me that, I asked him that, what should I do? Because he was guiding me that time. He said, you should become like Mahatma Prabhu. And Maharaj, every disciple wants to follow his guru, and I want to follow you. And Maharaj, one more thing I want to mention, that as a devotee of Ramchandra, I understand what it means getting initiation after 14 years.
Mm.
And
he was in exile. Oh my God.
Yes. And Maharaj, it happened the day of initiation. I met Radheshyam Prabhu and I asked him that there are thousands of people waiting. So how is it that they put my name ahead? Because 300 devotees got initiation. So he said that you are distributing japa affirmations and you are helping devotees for their chanting. And he said, this is the biggest contribution you have done in my eyes. So that's why they took it forward. Yes, Maharaj.
So Krishna sent Ayodhanath, sent Murli Vilas Madhava, and Janmashtami. The three musketeers who are on a mission. Now we've given them another book. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Everything that you're saying, everything we're discussing here, this is all the mercy of Prabhupada. Because if it wasn't for Prabhupada, we wouldn't be together and we wouldn't be who we are. So you might say, I helped you be something. Well, I think, not that I think I know, but I feel it's just passing on something. A gift has been given. I have taken the gift, digested it, realized its value, and then given it to others. And the fact is, this is not maybe always clearly articulated, but the fact is, wherever you get mercy, it's Krishna's mercy. So whoever gives it is Krishna's mercy, whether Prabhupada gives it, a Siksha Guru gives it, a Diksha Guru, a senior devotee, a god brother, even a junior. It's the same mercy. And so what I can give you is what Prabhupada gave me, and it's also what you can give other people. It's the same. It's not you who has the potency. Of course, if you live it, you have more potency, but the potency is in what we've been given. And so you can give that same thing, and people will say the same things about you that you're saying to me, believe it or not. And you'll hear it and you'll say, no, it's not true. But do you realize they're just glorifying the mercy and you're the mercy carrier, and they're not distinguishing the carrier from the quality of that mercy. That's actually what's happening. So when you carry mercy, you become merciful and you embody all the divine qualities of that mercy. But you're just actually carrying it. It's not you. And so in the way that you're appreciating me, if you give that mercy, people will appreciate you exactly in the same way. And I want to tell you something that's really, really interesting. This is one of the most interesting things. You know, we say the Guru, the Shastra says, Gurus say, the Guru is one. What do they mean, the Guru is one? He's different people. It means that position of the Guru and the mercy that he gives. It's like a father is one. Fathers, mothers are one. They show affection. So all fathers and mothers are similar in that sense. So here's the realization. Every year, it's, I think, the day that I would have my Vyasa-Puja, Indradyumna Swami always had his the next day, and my daughter's his disciple. Or maybe I think it was even the same day. To make the story more dramatic, we'll take Bollywood license and we'll say, right after I finished mine, I walked into the house and she was playing hers. And the most interesting thing was the same offerings I heard to me, he was hearing to them, practically identical wording. I was like, okay, now I get it. Guru is one. I swear the offerings were almost identical. It's just like how you would all say to your father on Father's Day, you're the best father, you're this and that. So father is one, right? That affection is one. So, but the point is, when you do that to another person, they'll see you that way and you'll think, oh my God, Krishna, I'm nobody, I'm the lowest of the low in this. But you're carrying something very high. So even though you're lower than the lowest, you carry something very high. And so when you glorify me, I just sit there and listen. I go, really? You see me like that? I did that? Are you kidding? It's very entertaining for me. It's like, really? And I love it when you say, 18,000 years ago, we were together under this tree in the middle of the Sahara Desert, and I asked you this question. You said this. And I listen, like, what did I say? And then you tell me what I said, and I'm thinking, that's good. That's really good. Because, and I'm thinking, no, that was Krishna. That was Guru Tattva. That was not me. And it's so interesting for me. It's almost like when you're talking, I'm understanding Guru Tattva. This is what Guru Tattva is. It's an embodiment that we carry. But my point is, you carry it also. It's the same mercy that you can give, and people will have the same experience when you give that mercy. Even though you want to deny it, no, Prabhu, I'm nobody. Yeah. Well, you should have seen all of us 50 years ago. We were also worse than you because we didn't have a big Krishna conscious movement and 20 levels of courses, 20,000, devotees and hundreds of sannyasis and gurus. We didn't have any of that. So we were worse off than you. So if you ever think, well, I could never do that, the proof is people worse off than you did it. And you're going to say, no, you guys weren't worse off than us. I would say maybe that's true in some ways, but in other ways it's true. But when you carry the mercy, you carry the mercy, and the mercy is what works. So that's important in understanding how we go forward in the future. And you may say, oh, I can never do this or that. Oh, that's fine. You can say that, but you can't say that it can't be done through me. You can say, I can never do it. That's humility. But you can't say it can never be done through me, because that would be against our philosophy and against everything Prabhupada said and against what he wants. And so we were fortunate as young devotees. There was nobody older to do anything. So we had to do all the things we were unqualified to do, because if we didn't do them, who would do it? And if I don't do it, who's going to do it? The 22-year-old who's been a devotee a year and a half, instead of me, the 20-year-old who's been a devotee 8 months. So he's going to do it. So it's like, okay, I'll do it. Might as well. We're all equally unqualified. And so we're fortunate in that sense that we got experience that we could do things, not because we were doing them, because it was Prabhupada working through us. And when you live that way, understand it, live that way, then you can have a lot of influence on people, because you're just like you may know that sometimes Prabhupada was very heavy, and he would call people asses, which is kind of rascals, you know. It's like, you're rascals, you're asses, you're fools. You know? So some people were like, yes, you're right, Guru. You're right, Guruji, you're right. But other people's like, how dare you say that? How dare you call me an ass? And Prabhupada would always say, I'm not calling you an ass. I'm just repeating Krishna's words calling you an ass. So that's the idea. It's like you have this authority in the words of Krishna, you have this authority in the words of Prabhupada. And you can speak. Of course, we have to use discretion. We don't want to offend people. But you can do amazing things when you realize that you can do amazing things when you realize you can't do amazing things. That's the point. You just get that false ego out of the way. I can't do amazing things, but I can. But through me, Prabhupada can do amazing things. And then you're good. And everything happens. And because the disciplic succession's got to go on, it's not going to stop with, when you're older and people say, oh, be my guru, you're going, no, disciplic succession has stopped. I'm not going to do it. We can't say that. At least be a 6-year guru, because that's, if the father gives the son $100 million, it's not to go on vacations and buy sports cars. It's to continue the business. So Prabhupada's giving you hundreds of millions of dollars of knowledge. It's not just to take for yourself and relish, but it's also to give. And that's how it grows within you. And that's really how you, I think if there's anything Prabhupada taught, he taught that you attract Krishna's mercy by being compassionate to others, by giving it to others. And so if we think I'm not qualified, it gets in the way. As I said, you can think you're not qualified personally, but the mercy is qualified and you have it and you can lift it up. It's not that heavy. You're spending every day building your muscles to lift that knowledge. So then you give it. And when you give it, you'll be shocked. And people will say, oh, Guru Nishta, you said this to me in 2012 and changed my life. And you're like, huh? Me? Change your life? And you realize that was Krishna speaking through you. You can't even remember you said it. And so if you're willing to be an instrument, Krishna uses you. And you do all these great things and you realize, I'm not great, I just do great things. Well, Krishna does great things through me, but I'm not great. And in the self-care course, and it's going to come up in the humility course, there's this quote by a lady named Mary Ann Williamson. She's a spiritual inclination, and she said something that is quite famous now. And she was basically saying, who are you to think you're not powerful? Well, you don't have the right to think that because you're God's child and he's empowering you. You don't have a right. And you don't serve God by playing small. Oh, let's be humble and do nothing. You do not serve God by playing small. That's such a beautiful idea. So who are you to think you're nothing? You're spirit soul, you have divine qualities, you have all of this. So I think that's important. I can be humble and small, but in that smallness, small is powerful. In that smallness, I realize myself as a spiritual being, right? And then there's power there, not my power. But if we don't have that mentality, then many people will miss the opportunity. So you're all sitting here glorifying me, and I'm like, really? Are you serious? Of course, I'm kind of used to it because I hear it every year, but it's just kind of like, wow. I just feel like you're glorifying the embodiment of Guru Tattva. And so maybe my qualification is that I've been able to digest it and distribute it in a digestible way, but it's not mine. I didn't create it. I'm the carrier. I don't know if in India you have these, but in America, maybe not so much now, but they have these trucks. They're armed trucks. They go to stores, they pick up like the cash every day, and they're armed and they're can't break into these trucks. The truck's like a safe, and then they drive it to the bank and make the deposit. So you just have to get the knowledge, get it in the truck, and deliver it. You don't have to, you don't make the money, but you have, who knows how much money those trucks have. Yeah, if you could rob one of those trucks, you probably could retire for life. So, but it's not their money, but they pick it up and they deliver it. And that's what we do. And you will be glorified and honored immensely just by doing that, even though you feel like you have no qualification, which is, and I know, Gurnishtha, you don't feel like you have qualification, but you all probably feel like that. But I could see on your face, you really feel like that. And the fact is, that is your qualification, that you don't feel you have it. That is the essential qualification, because then Krishna will use you to empower you, because he'll feel confident. If I empower you, you won't think that it's you who did it. There won't be any false ego. Ahankara. Krishna says, Ahankara, vimudatma. Not only an ass, but a big ass. If you think you did it, you're a big ass. The award for the biggest ass of the year goes to so-and-so, because Krishna did everything through them and they thought they did it. You get the Vimudha award. Yeah. Who's going to get the Vimudha award? So when you say, no, I'm nothing. Okay, Krishna says, good, you're qualified, because you think you're nothing. That's how it works. And you, in this consciousness, you do amazing things. Oh, we didn't record. I didn't hit the record button. Wow. Maybe AI companion. That's not even on. Does it automatically go on by itself? Does anybody know? Or you have to click it on? Anyway, maybe somebody could. Satya Rupa, can you just summarize what I just said? Like write it down.
We have a recording. I think Dinanath Prabhu was recording.
Yes? No?
Yes, we are recording.
Okay. People say, why do you have this microphone? I say, just in case I say something valuable, it gets clearly, it's all very clear. You know, I don't know what I'm going to say valuable. You never know. But every once in a while, I say something valuable. And that was valuable, I think, because that substantiates how we go forward. Okay, who else wants to speak? I have another meeting in, what time is it? Another meeting in 33 minutes. So we have 33 more minutes if we need that.
I wanted to say something small.
Okay.
You were talking about Indradaman Maharaj, and I mean, this is a little kiddish. On your Vyasa-Puja celebration in US, I was just towards the end, I was just thinking, it's always we telling you, I miss you. You never say, I miss you. And the next day, like that day at night, I had a dream. I saw Indradaman Maharaj, and my brother and I, you asked us to serve him. He was going to catch the flight. And when he was just leaving, he told me, specifically, he told me, I'm going to miss you.
I miss you, Satya Rupa, so much. I don't know how I live in separation from you. I miss all of you. I'd love to be with all of you. You know, when Prabhupada was in his last days, his disciples were thinking, you know, Prabhupada left all his godbrothers and he didn't have their association to spread ISKCON. And now he's dying and he's surrounded by all of us, you know, born malechas. And Prabhupada said, no. They expressed that to Prabhupada. He said, no, you're the best association. He loves. So, you know, the Guru always misses disciples. Except the ones who have big problems, he doesn't miss them. Because he has to deal with their problems all the time. But Hare Krishna.
I think Nardi's mom wanted to speak something.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. very, very thankful to you, Maharaj. And the same I wanted to say that we have missed, like Satyarupa Mataji, that I'm missing so much the Japa retreat. It's improved my Japa a lot, and
Good.
I every time to Japa and read the affirmation. And it's the affirmation which connects me that uh, the broken relationship with the Krishna. Uh, uh, I'm chanting to repair the broken relationship.
Yes, yes.
So that's really managed missing your association, you and Japa retreat, and waiting to see you. So
Thank you.
thank
Beautiful.
you so much for everything, that your support, your guidance to us. It gives us a new life. Uh, Really, it's a new birth.
Hare
Words.
Jai Prabhupada.
Thank you so
Hare
much.
Bol. Well, I want to say something, which I think is important. About, well, all along, my whole life as a devotee, I really like to teach. And when I was in university, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was looking for opportunities to drop out and do something else. But I thought, if I don't drop out, I'll just stay here forever and become a professor, because it's kind of like you have an alternative world living on campus. And in those days, you could get tenure, which means after a while, if you get tenure, you could basically do as you like. And then I dropped out to teach Bhagavad Gita, and then became president 4 times, Sankirtan leader multiple times. And I really didn't like managing at all. And I would dream about teaching. I would dream about teaching in Mayapur, like in the 70s when I was Sankirtan leader. It's a nice service, obviously, but I would dream about teaching. And then at a certain point in my life, I thought, after managing temples and doing so many things, I thought, I'm not really any better at doing, I'm just average at doing this. It's not like I'm special as a manager. I mean, I can do okay, but it's not like I'm going to come to the temple and turn the temple into the equivalent of Google and, take over the world or anything. So I thought, why don't I just do what I'm good at, what I'm inspired with? Why don't I just focus on that and move everything away from that and just, so then I focused on teaching, writing, creating seminars. It happened gradually. And I was just listening to today, one of my godbrothers was speaking. His name is Charu, and he's opened 2 big, beautiful temples. He's organized color festivals all over the U.S. And he was saying, when he was in Los Angeles, he said, I want to go to Utah, which is in America's, it's where the base where all the Mormons are. That state is Mormons. Like, why would you go to a state of Mormons? Spread Krishna consciousness. And it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. About, I don't know, 20 hours from Los Angeles driving. He said, so many God brothers said, don't go, it's not going to work, blah, blah, blah. He said, I wanted to go, I wanted to do it, and he did it, and he was saying, you've got to go with your inspiration, wherever that inspiration is, wherever it takes you, you got to go with it. That's so important. And I don't know what you said that made me say that, I forgot, but I thought it was important in Krishna consciousness, because wherever your inspiration is, and I've said this many times, wherever your inspiration is, that's where your energy is. Energy, inspiration, right? So he's like going strong, he's fired up, he's 77, he's just a ball of energy. And he's saying, yeah, I'm inspired about what I'm doing. And he said now he discovered he can write rap songs. 77 is writing rap songs. And he's doing rap. And he goes, I discovered a whole new life for me now. Like I gotta, so it's like you find your inspiration and you run with it. And you serve. That's extremely important. Why did I say that? What did you say that made me say that? I can't remember. Does anybody know? No, you're all trying to figure out, why is he saying that? What did she say that made him say that? I can't remember. Radhika Dooley, do you know what she said that made me say that?
She said about that, about your retreats, that how much your retreats inspire her and she feels
Oh,
connected.
yeah. So it's because at a certain, and also I started doing, not myself doing, but attending workshops and retreats done by others. And I said, and I'd be the first, oh, okay, I'll tell you the story. Kosha Rupa Bhattahari's wife calls me and said, there's this big seminar in Orlando. It's 3 days. It's really good. It's free. Why don't you go? So she recommended, I thought it must be good. I'll go. There were 1,000 people there. It's a hotel, one of those big hotel rooms. 1,000 people, big screen. You can see the speaker in the screen. He was really good, funny, clever. After within the first hour, I was just looking at that and I was seeing myself on the stage. I said, why is he not in the audience and I'm on the stage? Right? So there was a seed that was dropped. And he, at the end of the 3 days, he said, I teach a workshop on how to do seminars. And I got a tax refund, which is within $100 of what that seminar cost. So I took it. And I thought, I could either take that money and put it into developing a recording studio, or I could do it for teaching. And I thought, I'm not that great a musician. I'm a better teacher. Let's do this. And then I ran with it. And I feel like it's such important advice. Run with what inspires you. Run with what you're good to do it, and take it. And don't let people say, blah, 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 blah. You know how people are. Why don't you just stay home and take care of your 600 grandkids? No, I want to go out and save the world, And they'll all say, well, that's not good. But your inspiration, when your inspiration is there, you have to run with it. That's how it works. And I think some of us maybe don't find it because we feel like, wow, what's people are going to say if I do this? Isn't it something like that? Well, my grandmothers say if I want to, start a temple in Africa, she'll cry. She'll say, I'm going to kill myself if you do that. You can hear all the excuses, right? But when you find your inspiration and run with it, that's when everything happens. So my inspiration was to teach, and especially to help solve problems that I saw devotees have. And I think it was a good decision. And and another thing I realize is that if you do what you're good at, people will appreciate it. And if you do what you're not so good at, you'll make enemies because you'll mess things up. That's why some temple presidents people don't like, because they're surrendered enough to do it, even though they're not that good at it, but no one else will do it. So they do it and they botch it up and everybody hates them. So does that happen in India? Because it happens outside India all the time. Who's going to be the president? This president's useless, kick him out. Well, who's going to do it? You want to do it? No. You want to do it? No. Nobody wants to do it. So the poor guy's like, I don't want to do it, but you don't want to do it, so I'll do it. And he doesn't do a great job. But when he was the Sankirtan leader, everybody loved him because that's what he was good at. And as temple president, nobody liked him because he was botching it up. So what you do well, you'll be appreciated for, and you'll do it well, and you'll make a great contribution. So all of you, run with your inspiration. Don't let anybody stop you. Hare Krishna.
I think maybe I could be one of those examples for being the MC when I'm not inspired to.
Kick her out. She's doing a bad job. No, you're doing a great job. Hare Krishna. It's good. It's good to go out of your comfort zone. Try to, for the time being, Satyarupa, when you have to do something like this, it's kind of like you have to incarnate as an extrovert for that 2-hour period. And you can actually do it, For Krishna service, sometimes we have to become what we're not. So Satyarupa could go, welcome everyone, so great to see you. Of course, she would never do that. But for the MC job, she could actually do it. Of course, we'd all be like, she's smoking something, because we all know her. But you know what I'm saying? That sometimes for Krishna service, you have to become something you're not, or vice versa. The extrovert just has to not talk, which is difficult also. So you can, sometimes it's good. It causes us to do something that's difficult, but that's good for our spiritual life. At least temporarily, it's not a problem. Okay. You want to call on someone else?
Um,
Run with the inspiration and don't let anyone stop you. Okay, a new t-shirt. Righty Kelly, you got that? You here? Yeah. T-shirts. We got. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Run with the inspiration. Don't let them stop. And a picture of a devotee running with his hands in the air. Okay.
okay, I think we're done.
Radhika Dulali has her hand raised.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I want to offer a small offering to you. Can I?
Okay. You may.
Uh, Thank you so much for accepting me. I am so grateful. The day I met you, my whole life got changed. I don't know how can I be grateful to you. Like how much, whatever I will say is less. You have taken all my miseries and given me the pleasure of practicing bhakti. I was in a black hole. You have taken me out of there. And the meeting that we had in the Bangalore when I sat with you and shared my heart, and you have given me so much blessings, my life changed from that day. I don't know what happened, but
Really?
everything got changed from that day. I'm so grateful to you for everything, everything. I was thinking that how will I practice bhakti further? By the mercy of you, by the mercy of Krishna, my mother got initiated last year. I
Yes.
am getting married to a devotee, so I can practice throughout bhakti.
Nice.
So I'm so grateful to you for this. Thank you so much
Really?
for
Where are you? Where
everything.
are you now?
I'm in Delhi right now.
Delhi. Oh. You are so fortunate. You're so close to Vrindavan. For those who are in Delhi, yeah. Of course, you take it for granted, right? And you're all saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, Mahaprabhu, you're also fortunate. You're only 2 hours from Disney World."
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. We should Satyarupa. If
Yeah, I think it's okay. We're done. We'll
if
let you
Radhi,
have breakfast.
I'm not done. I'm not done. I already had breakfast. It's 11 o'clock here. I want to share a realization I had today. So, Dinanath, before about 8 o'clock, I ran out to go to the stairs that we took you to, where you and Manjari. There's a place that in Florida, sometimes the earth just opens up and they call it sinkholes, and it sinks down a few hundred feet. And sometimes you build a house, and then you wake up the next morning, and their house is in the earth. It just fell in the earth. They usually test it before they build it, but sometimes maybe you can't tell. So they have this place, and they built the stairway down there. It's very mystical when you get to the bottom, and all the water is coming out of the mountains, and it's just so they have stairway. And I used to go walking there, and then one time I went down the stairs and walked up. I counted them. There's 130 stairs. And after that, I felt like I really felt good physically doing that, because walking stairs it's a bit of work. So, and I hadn't walked them. I can't remember. Maybe the last time I walked them was with you. It's been a while. And I felt the need to walk, and it helped me digest all the prasadam from Sadhu Sangha that I ate 10 days ago. Still digesting it. Yeah. So I did something very interesting. It's 130 steps. So, and there's steps, but there's landings. So you're not just going straight. You go up like 30, then there's a landing, then you go up 30 or 10, sometimes only 5. And there's one very long part. I usually get a little tired at the top, and then a little tired right towards the end, because you're like, a little bit. I'm better now than I was. So today I decided, I hadn't done it in a while. I thought, well, maybe it's going to be a little more difficult because I haven't done it. And then I thought, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have my head down, and I'm only going to look at the steps. I will not know how many steps are in front of me. Let's just look at the next step. Because I realized from doing this, when I'd get to the end and I'd see, oh, there's 2 areas. There's like 12 steps and then there's like 8 steps. And whenever I'd get to the 12 steps, I'd start getting out of breath thinking, oh, at the end, I just have to get to the end. So this time I just looked at each step. I didn't know where I was. I lose track. And I didn't get tired. Just one more step, not knowing. So sometimes, so it was kind of like an experience of mindfulness. You're just doing what you're doing, this round, and one round at a time. You could chant all day, one round at a time, but if you say 16, oh my God, that's 16. Oh. You never feel that way, 16. But when you're really getting into it, you're like, oh, I could chant all day. So that was an interesting experience. Just one step at a time. Don't look at the end. And we often say that. Don't worry about 16. Just don't worry about 108. Just worry about the next one, and then the next one. So that's something you might want to apply when you have a difficult task. Just do the next task, the next element of this entire thing you have to do, just step by step by step. So, and then I was giving class yesterday. I had a realization which I think is significant, which is, I was telling the devotees, and I think this is very significant. I'll make a video of it, that everything you complain about in your life, whether it's your fault, someone else's fault, whether it's too hot, it's too cold, my wife, my husband, this, that, the boss, this, that, the mosquitoes, this, that, the bad buses in India, the train was late, just anything that you complain about, it seems very specific. I'm complaining about a specific person or an event. He said, but actually you're just complaining about the material world. That's really what you're complaining about. Because if you weren't in the material world, obviously you wouldn't complain about it. But those are elements of the way the material world works. So you say, my husband's never nice to me. You're actually complaining about being married to a material husband instead of Krishna, really. You're complaining because that's what you get here. You get imperfect people. The air in Delhi is bad. Yeah, well, it's the material world. It's got bad air. Go to the spiritual world, no bad air. So everything I don't like this because it's this. Well, yeah, in the spiritual world, it's not like that. It's a condition of here. So you're just being specific, but the general problem is you're in the material world. That's the problem. That's really what you're complaining about. And so it's nice to notice that because it helps you. I'm just complaining about this and that. I'm just complaining about being in the material world. So maybe I should get out. I'll think about that. That's a good idea, right? Yeah, a dumb moment. Maybe I should I don't like it here. Maybe I should get out. I was going to write a book called The Dove Factor. All these like epiphanies you have that are like, of course, because that's what dove means. Maybe it's, yeah. You know what I'm saying. I thought that was an important, an important realization to have. Don't you think? Yeah, I think it is. Hare Krishna. Guru-disciple relationship. It is competition between the guru and disciple who can serve the most. And the guru never thinks he's in the business of being served. He thinks, at least I think, my job is, I always have to outserve my disciples. I always have to be a little more. Because if I'm not, then I'm taking advantage of my position. So you give service, I will accept it and use it for Krishna, but I'll also give it back as best I can. I feel obligated. So and I'm sure you feel the same way. So it's just a competition, like Radha and Krishna and their love. They're competing. Who can love more? So guru disciple, it's like that. That's what it's all about. And in devotional service in general, it's about who can give more back. We're always trying to give more back. And because if the guru said, well, I'm going to only give back what the disciples give, then some disciples would get more and some would get less. And Krishna's not partial either. So he has to represent the impartiality of Krishna, right? So he's always giving. And the Guru also knows that he has to keep giving you the same thing because it has to settle in. And some things don't settle in unless you hear and practice them year after year after year, which is why you can see in Prabhupada's books so many things are repeated. Just to make sure you understand, I will repeat this for 100 times in my books, because this is very important for you to understand. And as conditioned souls, we forget, right? That's the nature of conditioned souls. They forget. We are like very expert at forgetting, which is why always hearing Nityam Bhagavata Seva, always here, every day. So that's the mercy of the Guru, that he will instruct even when the student is not applying it well. He will instruct because he knows if the student is sincere and they hear it, that will empower them, enable them, give them a chance to apply it. And also in just that was Prabhupada's mood. And he knew we're conditioned souls. Every day he would give us class. Every day he would show up. Every day he would he would be an example for us. And yeah, very spiritual master is very tolerant because he knows it's not easy to get out of Maya. How does he know? He's got experience himself. But he knows if a disciple is sincere, even if they're challenged by Maya, he knows if they're sincere, eventually they're going to be successful. And that's why he doesn't give up. And there's a story, I may have told this story, you may have heard it from others, but there was a story in which some devotees were questioning Prabhupada. Just be invisible. You can start in the other room, maybe. The devotees were questioning Prabhupada. We have a roach cleaner. This place is infested by roaches. So she's going to go in the next room and find roaches. And tell them, Hare Krishna, and say, we're setting you free, going to take you outside. And she's going to spray it with lemongrass, what else?
Citronella and peppermint.
Citronella and peppermint. Interesting combination. Yeah. So what was I saying? The spiritual master. Oh yeah, so the story, some disciples had some doubts and they said, Srila Prabhupada, like, how was it that Ugrasena had 5 million bodyguards? I think it was 5 million or something. Does anybody remember? 5 million, 5 billion, some outrageous number. Like, have you ever seen 5 million people in like one place all together? Like a stadium for 5, it's inconceivable. So what to speak of bodyguards? That means they're following you. You're in a crowd of 5 million. It's like they're trying. And Prabhupada was saying, why are you asking these questions? You can't understand. They say, well, people ask and we're trying to understand. And then they're asking, Srila Prabhupada, how did all the warriors in the battlefield of Kurukshetra evacuate? Because they have to, it's the whole day fighting. And they're asking all these questions. And Prabhupada was thinking, these are, of course, not important questions while you're asking, but they weren't satisfied with Prabhupada's answers. So it kept going on, and they kept questioning. And then it was like, what about hair, Prabhupada? When you were a Grihasta, you had hair and you had a mustache. And when Prabhupada heard that, it was like, I was like, okay, this has gone too far. So then he said to them, actually, you don't need a guru. Why don't you just do it? You just do whatever you want. You don't need a guru. And that was a rare situation in which Srila Prabhupada, he rejected. That was a rejection. If your guru says, do whatever you want, just like Marai Mohini may say, should I plant corn or should I plant tomatoes? And if I say, do whatever you want, that's not a rejection. But when it's like, I tell her, you should plant corn, and she's like, why corn? Why not tomatoes? I go, we need corn. But tomatoes taste good, we're going on and on, Do they grow tomatoes in the spiritual world? I think they're more transcendental. They're red, And we're going on and on. It's like, and it becomes obvious. She's like, I don't want to do what you say. And then I say, Then if I say do whatever you want, it's kind of like, well, you're not my disciple because I can't instruct you, so do whatever you want. That's like, you're not a disciple. I'm just using you, Murray. You would never do that. We know. But you're so humble, I know you won't get upset that I used you as an example. I don't want to use anyone as an example who might take it seriously, because then we're both in trouble. But anyway, so that was what Prabhupada said to them, and it was a rejection. I don't think they understood it right away, but when your guru says do whatever you want, you've been rejected. And that, to my knowledge, that was the only time that ever happened that Prabhupada rejected. There were two of them. Some form of rejection. And so what we understand from that, as you know, Prabhupada accepted back so many sannyasis who fell down and so many leaders who fell who wanted to come back. He accepted them back, right? So as long as you're sincere, the Guru's going to help you. He'll never give up on you. But when you go, why this, why that, why do I have to do this, why do I have to do that? But your Guru Maharaj said this, you know, and you get to the point where your Guru can instruct you, then he's like, okay, do whatever you want. He gives up on you because your soil, you can't plant any seed in your soil. So, you know, you don't have to be discouraged if spiritual life is difficult. You just have to know that as long as you're trying, your Guru's on your side and he's going to help you. And he's always your well-wisher. And he's there to help you, just as you are there to help him. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, Dinanath, you're a professional MC. You have any closing words? Or we'll give Satyarupa the first chance. You have any closing words, Satyarupa? Put on your extroverted persona. Pretend you're on stage and there are 500 people in the audience and you've got to be bigger than life. Let's see it. Let's see what it looks like. You can do it, Satya. I'm empowering you. I'm empowering you.
I need Dinanath Prabhu's blessings.
You got him. He's behind you. He's holding you up. You're on his shoulders. Let's see.
Well, for the closing, I would say you said you want to like outserve your disciples. I think you like without doubt you're winning it. You're winning the competition.
Yeah, I lost out for a few months, but I have to make up for it. Thank you. Thank you for coming. It's nice to see you all. And we're going to have a meeting with the U.S. disciples now. I think that means she's got a cockroach on the broom.
I'll just say a few words for a minute, Guru Maharaj. I think we still have a couple of minutes to go before your next meeting. So first of all, I'm not a professional MC. Whatever I am has been made by you. The first time I was a host or the MC was during the online Japa workshops, and sort of you inspired me to get into it.
Yes.
So whole lot of faults, and I do make a lot of mistakes in the process. So apologize for that. But thank you very much for this wonderful 2 hours. Thank you for sparing 2 hours for us. And disciples try to serve Guru Maharajas, but Guru Maharaj is always above them, and we definitely never outdo the service Guru does for us, the service that you are doing for us, and we can only remain in debt to you. And always keep realizing the importance of having you in our lives, and how you are endlessly tiring endlessly to lift us in our spiritual endeavors. Not just spiritual, in fact, with you, many of us also rely on for our personal, guidance, personal association. So thank you so much, Guru Maharaj. Thank you all very much for joining in today. It is really great. We are having this India Disciple Sangha after many months. We started last year, but then after a few months, we had to, it just came off. We'll see if we can restart it again. But it's wonderful to have you all. And once again, thank you very much, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarudasya.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I guess you'll all leave and I'll just stay here.
Sure, Gurudev.
Because I'm assuming the next meeting is on I'm thinking, yeah.
Haribol.
It's supposed to start 11:30. Maybe